Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. We are here, Habibis. A lot of content, a lot for us to talk about. Free Isak. He just posted an Instagram story. You get me? From his jail cell. You get me? Over there in Eddie Howe's basement. You get me? He managed to get some internet like Michael Schofield. And he's posted a story talking about broken promises. You get me? So I'm going to find Silla. And I'm going to use that to get Alexander Isak out of jail. We're going to be talking about Trossard extending his contract and how Arsenal allowed Eze to go to Spurs. Rodrygo is no longer headed to Manchester City, according to our ITK friend Martin, who's going to be joining us on the stream. How doing, Marty, mate?
Evening.
Yo.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good, my brother. How are you?
Good. Yeah, been dealing with that fallout for the last 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
My God, Hamza has been having a meltdown in the last 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's been fun. No Rodrygo. That's the end of City now.
Fairs. Joining us next, the biggest troublemaker on the channel, but my brother, he knows how much I love working with him. No one loves working with Egal like I do. Absolutely love working with this guy. Legend of the Don Hussam channel, you get me? Like, if we were ever to do a Hall of Fame, he'd be first ballot, like first ever, you get me, members of Hall of Fame of this channel. Absolutely love this guy. And he represents Arsenal to the fullest always. Egalinho. How you doing, Egal, man?
Hey, I'm not Brazilian, but I like the fact that you put Inho at the end. That was funny. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
I did that on purpose for Rodrygo.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's just let's just get into the show, man. We got a lot to talk about. Yes,
let's get into the show indeed. Listen, big up to everyone locked in. We already have 400 people in here. We haven't even started talking football yet. Have some shame, have some decorum, and hit the like button right now. What we're not gonna do is have my favorite City fan on the channel and my favorite Arsenal fan on the channel, and we ain't even at like 300, 400 likes. Every single one of you slap the like button right now. And listen, I don't like to start with my club on this show. I like to start with you guys' news, but there's only one place to start.
You've
guys.
got to after that statement.
Hey, do you see what he posted? The guys actually see what he posted.
Okay, he's not stayed silent anymore.
Hey, you remember when the whole Wirtz saga thing was happening, and then Wirtz just posted about his number, basically like confirming his transfer. What's his name? Isak just done the same. Let me just share it with the people. This is what Alexander Isak posted on his Instagram story. You get me? It's time for us to release the Silla files. You get me? Michael Schofield about to get you, Isak. Don't worry. Big up to Isak, who says, I'm proud to be recognized by my fellow professionals with a place in the PFA Premier League Team of the Season for 24-25. First and foremost, I want to thank my teammates and everyone at Newcastle United who has supported me along the way. I'm not at the ceremony tonight. With everything going on, it didn't feel right to be there. I've kept quiet for a long time while others have spoken. The silence has allowed people to push their own version of the events, even though they know it doesn't reflect what was really said and agreed behind closed doors. The reality is that promises were made, and the club has known my position for a long time. To now act as if those issues are only emerging is misleading. When promises are broken and trust is lost, the relationship can't continue. That's where things are for me right now, and why change is the best interests of everyone, not just myself. How is this Isak staying, Bomba? Like, which part of this is Isak staying? Are you okay, Andrew? Wake up, mate. So I just want to say one thing, and then I'm going to hand over the mic to you guys immediately. All the streams, all the shows that I've done with the likes of Ashraf and Mo and many others, literally, all it took was 1 week for me to be validated by the man himself, not by any Newcastle journalist, not by anyone. He himself has come out and said, guys, I am not the villain. It's not me. It's not my fault. They made the promises and they couldn't keep them. What do you guys make of the situation? Egal, you talk to me first about this, because I want to hear your opinion.
I think Alexander Isak's team, whoever advised him to do it this way, they need to take a real hard look at themselves because they messed it up. They should have started this from the jump. From the beginning of the window, it should have been briefed out to everybody. This guy's for sale. Then it would have been a bidding war. Then Newcastle would have been able to get their price up higher, and things could have probably got done before the season started. But for him to put in a bid after Ekitike, Vlaha, Gyokeres, and all these guys go, it's like, what are you doing? It's like, what are you doing? At that point, he just waited way too long to make his public. To make things public so everybody knows, and there was no pressure on Newcastle. They weren't even pushing hard to get incoming sales. Chelsea ended up scooping up 2 forwards. Manchester United ended up scooping up forward. Everyone else started scooping up players. If they were to have done this early, then maybe Newcastle would have been able to get somebody in before the Club World Cup. Maybe Delap would be a Newcastle player right now. I don't know, but I'm just looking at Isak's team, and I'm saying, you guys took way too long to get the ball rolling on this situation. Now, this could be maybe because Liverpool took a while to get interested, or this could be because maybe Newcastle completely went back on their word. But guess what? Unless you sign a new deal with written contract where it says this is the terms where you can leave, don't think any gentleman's agreement in football means anything. We've learned that this year multiple times. We all know this. How many players have we heard over the last 48 hours? This year alone, that have gentleman agreements that it's not happening, and nobody's. Look at Sesko. Look at Gyokeres. Look at Wirtz right now. They're saying he had a gentleman agreement for 26 million. Brentford are stupid to take 26 million after the season that he had. It doesn't matter your gentleman's agreement unless it's written in your contract, like Cunha did. You can't say anything. And I don't think Liverpool are doing anything wrong. I think Newcastle fans are upset at Liverpool because Liverpool is the club that he wants to go to. But the actual person they should be upset with is their board, for one, not giving him a new deal. And number 2, you can be upset at Isak for how he's handling the situation. But if the player wants to leave, it's his career. It's short. And if he wants to move on, he can do what he needs to do to get the deal done. And if both parties get the money that they want, and he gets to go to where he goes, I think it can be a win-win. And maybe even Newcastle could go and kick on from here with the squad depth that they could get from selling Isak and bringing in 2 quality players.
Sorry,
listen,
can I ask, what bidding war you wanted? There was no bidding war.
No, I'm saying they could have generated one, Martin.
They couldn't. He only wanted Liverpool. The player only wants Liverpool.
If he notified everyone that he was available at the start of the window.
He did in April.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
It was Newcastle shut everything down. When the transfer window started, Newcastle shut everything down and said he's not for sale.
Yeah, no, Newcastle did. But he told her, I know it's for a fact because I speak with people at Newcastle. They knew in April.
Are you telling me into no?
Craig Hope, all the Newcastle journals who are close to club said this is from April. He told them just after the cup final, I want out. Everyone laughed at Isak's comment in that cup final when he said to Van Dijk, and everyone laughed it off and went, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's just joshing when he said, I'll see you in May. Everyone rolled over it. His decision was made then.
No.
Newcastle have tried to dilly-dally out of this as best they can.
Martin,
yes, Isak's at fault, but Newcastle knew. And they did go for...
it was never public, man.
It doesn't have to be public. I don't need to know when a player has what he has for breakfast and when he goes for a tom tit. I don't need to know that information. This is the problem with fans now. We want to know everything. We don't.
No, but do you think clubs? Do you think clubs were aware that he was available?
Newcastle. No, well, I'm not. See, now you've changed it. Available, and did he want to leave? 2 separate.
That's what I'm talking about, though. Did other clubs know he was available across Europe? Did Chelsea know? Did Arsenal know?
I don't think
Manchester United know?
Didn't want Chelsea. Did
PSG know? Did these clubs know that he was available come the beginning of the window? I don't think so. The reason why I'm criticizing his representatives is because they took until late July, early August to say, hey, we want out. And at that point, it's like a lot of people already spent all their money or are focused on just getting their team together for the beginning of the
season. Do
season.
you think that's the way football goes on? Do you think agents don't talk? Do you think they only talk when the window opens?
No, I get that. But if you're going to make a public stint about this whole situation that you want out, you should have done it earlier. So it gives everybody more time.
They went earlier because the promises were already broken. That's why they went early. That's why you look at the timeline. He'd already been promised that contract last season. He was promised whatever it was, and they didn't get it. Because what happened? Amanda Stabley left. And then Paul Mitchell came in. Paul Mitchell says, "Why are you having a new contract? You got 3-4 years left in a deal. You don't need a new contract." When Paul Mitchell said that to Isak, it was game over. Game over at that point. And Arsenal, PSG, and Bobby Uncle could have made bids. He only wants He only wants Liverpool. He only wants Liverpool. That's the sad reality of this. Yeah, Liverpool probably could have bidded earlier, could have bidded a bit stronger. I think there's faults on everyone's side here. Everyone's side. And I made a prediction on this. This is going to change the whole of transfers moving forward. Everyone believes all this gentleman's agreement. Well, Gyokeres had a gentleman's agreement. That's why it took so long coming to Arsenal. I mean, God forbid I go back to nearly 3 years, Harry Kane's gentleman's agreement. That gentleman's agreement got to a stage where he ended up being sold for less money to Bayern Munich than what we offered him, what we offered Tottenham. Gentleman's agreement mean nothing. Clubs have got to stop being naive. They're not legally bound. This is a business. This is not pretend. This is not Monopoly. This is not pretend games. You are dealing with multi-millionaire billionaires now. And we're treating them like children. You promised me I was going to get a PS5 at Christmas. Look, Teddy said the kiddie, you're not getting it no more. Show me where they've written it down. I'm sorry to be totally blunt. I'm going to go at you again. I'm just saying, I think, footballers and football clubs have to shape up. They've got to shape up. They're acting like some B-Tech companies at the minute. Come on, he promised me a contract. He promised. Wirtz is doing it. What does promise me mean? Anything?
Yeah.
It winds me up. All this promise.
That's on the players.
That's on everyone. But chief exec shouldn't be promising anything without writing. This is not 1930s when we all spit in each other's hands and handshake.
In some of these situations, the people who are promising things are out the door. Like, if I'm pretty sure the person who promised Gyokeres his situation is out the building. I don't know about Newcastle, but they recently changed over a lot of people. If I'm not mistaken, could that person be out the building? I don't know.
Yeah. Amanda Stabley and whatever her husband have gone. They were the ones who promised the contract.
So my point exactly. The people who are giving these people the promises are out the building. So at this point, the new people in the building owe them nothing.
Okay, let me just say this. Look, I've heard what you guys are saying, and big up Marshall as well for joining us, guys. 800 people locked in. Let's get the likes up, please, and go subscribe to Egal Talks Football. It's in the description. Kuni Ways in the description, and Casual FC is in the description. Please go subscribe to other channels because you guys always message me. Where can I find Egal? Where can I find Bro? It's in the description. Just go give them a subscribe. So let me just say this. Look, big up. So let me just say this. Look, guys. At the end of the day, for the last 2 weeks, what's his name? Isak has been made out to be the villain. This guy rattled me. Big up to you for the super chat. Newcastle want 150 million, pay up or shut up. Okay, no problem. I won't respond to you. I'll let the Newcastle journalist respond to you. Listen to what Craig Hope said. It's just a 40-second clip.
Which is find the two strikers they need and then negotiate that fee with Liverpool. I honestly don't think a lot's been made of Liverpool have got to come back with £150 million. Of all the obstacles there is to Alexander Isak going to Liverpool, I actually think the club's agreeing a deal and Liverpool coming up with the number they know will facilitate that deal. I don't think that's the biggest obstacle here. I really don't. It's more so Newcastle being in a position to return to the table.
Hey, there you go. You heard it to your own ears. The money, the part where you're going to sit up here and go like, okay, let's agree a deal. That's the smallest issue in this whole conversation. You don't know the problem? from the start of the window, the problem has consistently been Newcastle's lack of execution. You got rejected by 11 players. You failed to execute a single transfer the entirety of this window. Prime example. I always give this example. I'll use it again. I'll use it 100 times if I need to. Sesko. When United were busy negotiating for Brian Mbeumo, and Arsenal made it clear that Victor Gyokeres is their first target, why didn't Newcastle go for Sesko then and there? If you guys remember during the Sesko saga, what happened during the Sesko saga? Sesko agreed personal terms with both Newcastle and Man United. You want to know what that proves? He had no problem going to Newcastle and he had no problem going to Man United. So he agreed going to both clubs. He was okay with it. But instead, because Newcastle dilly-dallied for the entirety of the window and couldn't make their mind up, they end up in a position like this. Where after three and a half months of Isak telling them, I want to leave, they cannot do anything about it. That's the problem for me. That's the problem. So if Newcastle are failing to execute a transfer, that's not on us. And guess what? I'm glad that the players are speaking up now. Because Isak has been made to be villainized. I'm going to work with Ashraf tomorrow. I'm going to bring this up, inshallah, to him. Like, he kept saying, the difference between Gyokeres and Isak is Gyokeres had a gentleman agreement. Okay, Isak now appears has a gentleman agreement with this club to let him go in the summer. And you see it. He posted it himself in the story. The words verbatim are, when promises are broken and trust is lost, the relationship can't continue. So, and what else he says is, it doesn't reflect what was really said and agreed behind closed doors. The promises were made and the club has known my position for a long time. So when someone says my club has known the position for a long time, it means it's like, yo, like he's told Newcastle a long time ago. And they still like haven't been able to.
Yeah, it was March, April time this year.
Yeah, exactly. So if he's told them in March, April, you are not lagging. See, there's a problem. If he's told them in March, April, it means it's not the club's. It's not his fault as a person. It's not his fault as a football player. He just wants to move on. It's just the truth. When you are Liverpool Football Club and you want to get someone like Alexander Isak, it's on Newcastle to find the replacement. It's on Newcastle to get the thing sorted. And let's be honest, people keep bringing up this 150 million pound bullshit. Let's be honest with you guys, okay? There are 3 players in world football worth 150 plus: Haaland, Mbappe, Lamine Yamal. End of list. Unless it's like some generational talent who has completely proved it year in, year out for the last 3-4 years or whatever it is, you cannot make this point. Anyone else is in the tier below that, they're worth a little bit less. It's just the truth. Lamine Yamal, the only reason why he's worth 150 plus is because of his age. He's like 17 years old. You get me? So obviously he's going to be like worth that much money. Everyone here knows Isak ain't worth 150 million. Why are we bullshitting? Why is everyone bullshitting with this 150 stuff? Isak's worth 120, something like this. 120, 125.
Still a high price.
You get me? Okay, it's still a high price, but it ain't 150 because people keep bringing up the price tag. The problem is the football club is the issue. Martin mentioned it. Stavely left. And you want to know who's the sporting director? Eddie Howe's nephew or his cousin or his brother, or I don't even know who. Bro, what is this family and friends project? Is this the Don Hussam channel? Vel is my graphic designer. What is this, bro? This is a serious football club.
They messed up because they don't have a sporting director, but also Martin called it. The moment that they didn't give him a contract last year, they kind of screwed themselves over. And the player really at this moment in time doesn't dictate how much he goes for. What dictates how much he goes for is the quality of players that are transferring for how much. When you look at the quality, market volume. When you look at the quality of players like Ekitike, Sesko going for pretty high prices, it does justify his price being significantly more than that. So I don't think the price, let's be real, nobody's really worth 150 million, but because the price have been so inflated and players with potential are going for 80 to 90 mil, because he's been there, done it for the last 2 years, he's at least close to that value.
Yeah, but I also don't think that we should take any accountability off Isak as well. I don't think he's handled this in the best way either. I mean, I agree with everything that's being said. Obviously, we know when a club is saying gentleman's agreement that, gentleman's agreement this, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're trying to do some underhand gimmick, something like they're going to pull the rug out from under you. These things never work out. How many gentlemen's agreement have we seen never play out the way it's supposed to, and it becomes a dramatic event over the summer, and then it gets messy and sloppy, and the players end up leaving, but it's never on good terms. We saw it with Harry Kane, even Gyokeres to an extent, and now we're seeing it with Isak. When these clubs saying gentlemen's agreement, these players should already know, okay, this is going to backfire on me in some way, shape, or form. I have to either get it written in contract or, in Isak's case, maybe get another contract, which Newcastle fumbled, have a release clause on there that, okay, this is non-negotiable. He has a release clause, trigger the release clause, and he's your player, right? You get your money. Like, you did the rebuild that you essentially had when the Saudi ownership came in. With that amount of money, you can get the likes of what they got. They got Gyokeres, they got Tonali, they got Isak. Like, they didn't spend that much money to get these kind of players. So recruitment wise, like, they're capable of doing that. They just need to get a sporting director. But on Isak's case, brother, if you wanted out, you probably should have handed in your transfer request in the beginning of the summer, because I think that was where things kind of backfired on him. He waited and waited and waited until Liverpool said, "Hey, we're checking you out." Pause. And then that's when it's like, "Oh, you know what? Let me do this now, right before preseason start." And now he's in a pickle where now Newcastle are frantically looking for a backup. They might get Nicholas Jackson, which that'd be great if they did. I don't know if the rumors are still going on about that. They're going and looking for all these other players, and they're frantically looking for a replacement before they.
But
can
don't
get rid
you
of
think
him.
telling the club I want to leave is an informal transfer request, basically?
You can hand in the transfer request in the beginning of the summer. The club knows your intentions. The club knows you don't want to be a part of the club, and then they'll try to at least negotiate your way out because they don't want a disgruntled player.
Players ain't gonna lose money, and they'll lose sponsorship. They lose all sorts when they hand that formal. It's not like it was, but they do lose money.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is where they do, because I think Isak's been a complete and utter tool here. I don't think he's handled this well. I don't think he's been very respectable. Like I said, I think there's faults everywhere. Where they do feel sorry for Newcastle, yes, they have struggled, but Newcastle are in a PSR situation where they're not like Liverpool, Chelsea, ourselves, Arsenal. They're not like that. So they've got to be careful. If they go and bid 60, 70 million for Watkins, they need two strikers, don't forget, because Wilson's gone. Then they go and get Vissa. Brentford are now talking 60 million there. They now need a minimum 120, 130 out of you. And the one thing people don't see in transfers, which is really, I find it hilarious, is it depends what you're paying up front as well. Liverpool could bid 140 mil. Newcastle have the right to say we want 70 mil up top. And Liverpool go, no thanks. You know yourself, Egal, that was the big issue with Declan Rice for 9 weeks. It was never about the fee. It then became the upfront amount that West Ham were demanding for the money. Same with Wirtz. How much are you giving me up front? How much? And
the structure.
People, they've got to stop looking at transfers in a what I call a FIFA thing. It's not press X, get C, and confirm it with square. It's not that simple. It's not 3 buttons, 30 seconds and done. There's lawyers, there's agents, there's sponsors, there's bankers, there's all sorts involved in this. Some clubs I know get loans out for transfer fees because they get a better interest rate than doing it out of their own.
Majority of clubs
do. Go and get a loan from a bank that they use and then pay the bank back over 5 years because it's a better interest rate.
I don't think any club actually pays the cash up front. They all pretty much take loans.
No, but Newcastle do have a right. Newcastle, following Newcastle, they need a lot of it up front because of their PFR situation. Or they can't replace. Because this is the problem. There's a knock-on effect all around. And personally, with 11 days left? That this season, the ball is now in Newcastle's court. They have to get these 2 strikers.
You know something? I really have no sympathy for either Isak or Newcastle in this situation. Really and
I don't
truly.
disagree.
They both have made mistakes. They both have wasted each other's time. They both could have had a plan in place earlier in the window, and it really comes down to the fact that they don't have the right people in charge to make the right decisions, because they don't have a director of football, if I'm not mistaken, or they recently got a director of football. They don't seem like they have a direct plan on who they're going to bring in. They've been pivoting left, right, and center to their now 10th option. From the outside looking in, Newcastle look like a club that have no plans on what they're going to do with or without Isak at this moment in time. Because with him, they were still struggling to sign players, and without him, I don't know who they're going to bring in that they feel like is going to be even remotely close to that level, because they missed out on Sesko, they missed out on Ekitike. The best thing they could have done is when Liverpool were trying to come in for Ekitike, they took Ekitike and they sold Isak to Liverpool then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the first priority once this transfer window is over for them, they need to get, I don't know if what Egal said is accurate, if they haven't already done it, like they need to get a sporting director, because
they don't have one.
Yeah, they need to get one, because this was an embarrassing window for them. Like, if we look at everyone's transfer windows, Newcastle's is easily the one where you look and like you had a horror show. You were rejected left and right by all your targets, and you just can't have that happen. Like that not only is it bad for your squad building, I think it's also bad for your reputation out there. Like, you can't just be the side bitch, like putting it in simple terms. Like, you just can't. And if you have aspirations to be one of the best teams in the Premier League, you have to build a team. You have to get players that maybe aren't known factors right now, like Ekitike, or targets that everyone's going for, but similar to what Chelsea was doing, where we're going for younger targets that we put them in a reasonable wage structure or whatever. We sell them a project, and we usually don't get rejected, and they come in and it's no problem. And you can probably do that with Newcastle. I mean, there is potential in Newcastle. The owners they have a lot of money. It's just a matter of getting over this PSR, which isn't going to happen overnight. It's going to happen gradually over the course of time. So build slowly, get players that, no one's really heard of or people are hesitant about picking up. Give them a chance at Newcastle. Even to an extent, if you have to say it this way, hey, listen, we might not be the finished club. We might not be Chelsea, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Barcelona, but come to Newcastle for a bit. Use us to build up your reputation. And if you want to leave for higher aspirations for another club, then so be it. But you served your time at Newcastle.
But nobody is. Because the problem is they can't afford the wages. This is what I mean. I wasn't meaning it from the PSR.
Yeah.
So cash. If they go and spend 60, 120, now they need to know, right, we're at 120 for Liverpool. I don't know what Villa and Brentford are going to ask up front. PSR, people guys, I understand what PSR is very, very well. I'm not talking, I'm talking because the rich owners can only put, I think, is it 20% into their club, their actual own money. They don't have massive sponsors. They're only getting 25 million off Salah. They're only getting 40 million off Adidas. They're not getting massive sponsorship deals. They haven't got a training ground sponsor. They haven't got a training top sponsor. They've got none of that. That's where the Newcastle fans are frustrated, because they can't build their PSR. But the other side, where and I've got loads of Newcastle friends and top people, and I've said this to them, so I'm not slagging off behind the back. They've wanted to do it without selling anyone. Every one of us here had to sell our prize gems out the door.
Yes.
They want to do it by not selling anybody. We had this problem with Bruno. You want Bruno, he's 100. You want Livramento, he's 8. You go in near a Newcastle player, the minimum 80 million quid before you even get out the door.
By the way, this is so true, and you want to know who brought this up?
It very well, David.
Listen, you, we all agree Liverpool are a much bigger club than Newcastle. I, as a Liverpool fan, had to go through that pain. And you're telling me you, as a Newcastle fan, you don't want to go through that pain? Bro, Liverpool had to sell Coutinho, Suarez, Sterling. Like, things have happened like this across history so many times. It's just these things happen, bro. Like, we couldn't have afforded Alisson and Van Dijk without Coutinho. It's just the truth. But anyway, let me grab these Supers before we move on to talk about other clubs as well, because I know you guys are on limited time a little bit. So let me try to get as much possible. Big up to all of you guys. We have 1,000 people in here, guys. Please go subscribe to all the guys on the channel. All their links are in the description, and please go and like this video as well. Close the live chat, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, StreamYard is bullshitting because I've got to like literally save every single super chat and it comes up like this. I promise you, it's not my fault. It's just StreamYard or it's YouTube. I don't know whose fault it is. Big up to Castro, who says now Newcastle are the villain. Always listen to Hussam. Please bring this up tomorrow, inshallah, when I'm working with Ashraf and the boys, because last week they tried to gaslight me that this is all Isak's fault, apparently. Isak is coming to the effing Reds. You'll never walk alone, Isak, is what Nicholas is saying. Facts, by the way. Factos. Big up to my guy Castor, says we had 6 Liverpool players nominated for the PFA this season. Yes. And they made the Premier League team of the season. I'm glad as well, to be honest with you. I will say something, and this is something I really like. I'm glad that Chris Wood and Sells got their respect as well. It's very important for, you know, a club like Forest, who did really well, to be recognized by the players, despite the fact we know Wolfie. Big up to Muhammad, who says we stand with Isak. That's what Muhammad is saying. I'm gonna release a pre-record after the stream as well. You get me? So yeah, hold that, mate. Even the players rate Rice higher. Hold that on your head top, you fraud.
Start that debate again. We're not doing
No. You're not gonna get away with the Rodrygo thing. Big up to Camus, who says Egal, brother. Isak. Yeah, he said Caicedo robbed. Egal, brother. Isak informed Newcastle last year that this will be his final year. Ornstein said that also bidding war can't happen as Liverpool and Van Dijk tapped him up. He only wants us. Hey, you want to know something? I love the fact we're just publicly admitting that we tapped him up. It's just like, yeah, we spoke to him after the Carabao Cup final. Listen, you can have this cup, but join us in the summer, please. Big up to Marcus, who says Newcastle knew about Isak. They've been getting rejected by every striker while also tapping up Wissa. Now that they failed, they want to blame Isak. And I'm glad that he came out publicly and he said what he said. Because now, when you come out publicly and say promises were broken, and you come out and you say this, you get exonerated. So he is now free from all the charges. So he is free to go to Liverpool Football Club. I'm going to see you soon, Alex. Big up to Yushi, who says, Egal, there was no reason his team should have done anything start of the summer. Why go behind their back when you have an agreement? Only when bid rejected that they probably went, oh, wait, they won't sell him.
But Newcastle were briefing everybody they weren't going to sell him all summer.
Mm-hmm.
So why are they surprised that a bid gets rejected? Like, what are we doing here? Did you guys see different news than I did? Everywhere they just kept saying the same story. Newcastle are not interested in getting rid of Isak. Isak's not going nowhere.
Yeah, they kept basically
it was
claiming that he's not for sale.
Yeah.
So I don't know what these guys are talking about. If they were open to sell Isak, obviously they don't have to. I openly say they're open to sell Isak, but at least brief like a price. They were brief. The prices that were being briefed, I thought it was coming mostly from like people who are spreading rumors. No, there was no legitimate journalist coming out there saying, "Oh, this is the price for Isak." I don't remember David Ornstein coming out and saying this is the price. Do you guys remember that?
No. Every rumor I've heard was it started off 120 and then over the summer it became 150.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
But I
Fair
don't
enough.
remember.
I thought Newcastle were not going to sell him and
out.
keep him, but the moment he basically said, "I want out," advantage Liverpool, and Newcastle.
It hit the fan.
They just need to move on. It's not healthy.
And speaking of moving on, let's move on. Talk about Manchester City, ladies and gentlemen. You get me? Rodrygo situation. We have a City extra bomba. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Everything on all of you.
It's not a bomb, but it's regurgitated.
It's a bomba. You're a fraud. It's a bomba. Because you told the planet yesterday that Rodrygo ain't coming, mister. It just says Rodrygo's exit from Real Madrid this summer is not ruled out, and a move to Man City is seen as a possibility by the player's entourage. TNT Sports Brazil.
Right. But has Sabinho gone?
No.
You know my stance has been, and LB, not the LB, and others will tell you. I've said this on my channel for 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason Rodrygo ever gets onto the table is if Doku or Sabio goes.
Mm-hmm.
Ferran Soriano was blocked Tottenham because he doesn't really want to deal with him. Because Tottenham are just. I won't go into the whole history of City and Tottenham. It's not a good one. City don't want to deal with Tottenham. They don't want to deal with. They weren't even dealing with Levy. They were dealing with intermediaries. They weren't even dealing with Levy directly. They won't speak to him.
Is it because of the Kane situation?
No, it's because of the 115 situation. Because Tottenham and Levy were the ones who started all that off. And City never forgot. You think you're going to shit on our owners and go, hey, get a favour back the other way? Nah. So when they started bidding, and now I said, I did a space and I said, as soon
so are you
as
100% certain if Savio stays that Rodrygo doesn't join? Is that genuinely the caveat here?
Yeah, Rodrygo only comes if Savio goes.
So Daniel Levy and stuff, the beef never started from the Harry Kane situation originally?
No, it was long. It started from 115.
I was like, Egal. I thought it's Harry Kane.
Yeah, I thought it started from the Harry Kane.
No, 115. Levy was the one who was orchestrating the whole 115 behind the scenes. He was the one. Listen, you are not going to try and bury our football club and then we do you a favour 3 years later. What do you think this is? It's like trying to get a hitman out on your girlfriend and then trying to get with the best mate, 3 years later. It don't work like that, people. What are we doing here? We have memories.
Yeah. We're
so
buddy, though.
How much do you think you're going to sell him for, Savio?
I don't think we'll sell him. Now, I don't think we'll sell him.
Okay, wait. Martin. I want to understand something.
Go on.
You're giving me all these unpopular opinions. I had to get up just now. You're telling me all these like unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
I want to. Where is this coming from? Knowledge, or is this coming from speculation? Because I trust your knowledge.
At the moment, a bit of both. But because City are really.
Look at you protecting your ass, you fraud. Martin, it's a bit about like this ain't ITK, Martin. This is opinion, Martin.
Yeah, reportedly. No, the club. It's not Pep. Soriano's gone. Not going. Not dealing with Tottenham. You've got to get Soriano on side here. Now, I'm not saying there can't be a reverse somewhere. But again, you've 11 days left. It's like the Donnarumma stuff. Unless Galatasaray put real money down on the table, Donnarumma's not happening. Because Edison has to go for Donnarumma to come in. They can agree Donnarumma left, right, and centre. Donnarumma's done. The trouble is, it needs another domino to get out the way before he can come in. And Galatasaray won't bid real money for Edison.
Hey. This is so you stick by that he's not gonna come.
If the Semedo stuff changes, and it has, I would say it has to change pretty damn soon, then I think Rodrygo could happen. Yeah. But something has to give in the next 24, 48 hours. Because you're running out of time now. And Rodrygo's not an easy deal to get done. That's not send him over and away you go. You've got sponsors, you've got all sorts you're dealing with there with the Rodrygo.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know how these super deals take. Sometimes they take about a year to get done. We've got 10 days. Get going on it.
What about Grealish leaving? Does that not open the room up for anybody?
No, because we've got Oscar Bob, Doku, Savinho, Mamouche.
That's true.
What do you guys make of it, Marshall and Egal as well? This current City situation. Do you think they need Rodrygo? Do you think they're going to sign Rodrygo? Do they need him to win the league? Where are you with all this?
I'm confused by it.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Gal. I'm confused by it, to be honest, because on one hand, like it seems like you want to get rid of Savinho, you want to get rid of Jack Grealish. I think we're still giving Doku time, but like on one hand, you have City fans and other fans saying that it looks like what Pep wants to do is just stop playing with wingers. And then you're hearing this Rodrygo situation. I'm just confused. I don't know what to make of it. I mean, Rodrygo, it's definitely a City signing. Don't get me wrong. Like, Rodrygo is the type of player that the City would sign. Like, they do sign these big players. You look at Reinders, you look at Cherky, so on and so forth. Donnarumma, another one that they're linked with. And I think it would do them well, but to an extent too, like I just don't know what Pep's trying to do. And I don't think any of us really do either, because Pep is always one of those cases that you try to figure out, and then before you think you figured it out, he did something else. But I mean, it would be a good signing if they're trying to play with wingers, but I don't know. With the whole fiasco with Jack Grealish, with getting rid of Savinho and stuff, it just confuses me, really. Like it's not a great answer, but that's the best. That's just the honest truth. I just don't know what to make of it. It'd be a good signing for them, but I don't know if it's what they're going for, really.
Egal, same thing.
I'm just going to keep it simple and brief. Newcastle and all this other stuff has distracted everyone. But this guy is supposed to be the biggest fish out there, Rodrygo. Rodrygo was supposed to be the big signing that everybody wanted. Everyone was looking at him. Liverpool looking at him. Arsenal was looking at him. The main reason why
you tell everyone it was done for 6 weeks.
Arsenal was looking at him, but the main reason why I think he's not moving is because Real Madrid put a price tag that I don't think a lot of people want to reach. Plus, his wages are astronomical to match.
What's
and
the
if
price
he's coming
tag?
into anybody's team,
Astronomical for you.
If he's coming into anybody's team, he's coming in already one of your more higher paid players. And he's going to be coming in as a mainstay, like key piece to your team. I don't think he goes into that City team as right away as a key piece. They still have Erling Haaland. They still have all their quality midfielders. They still have Foden, Cherki, all these guys. He doesn't walk into that City team as an immediate like top player. Liverpool, same thing. He doesn't walk into Liverpool right away and oversee Salah as one of the most important players. Arsenal, if he comes to Arsenal, yes, he's going to be one of our better players, but he's not going to walk in and automatically be better than Saka and all these other guys. So I think
yes, he is.
No,
yes,
he's
he
not. No, he's not.
He is again.
No, he's not. Rodrygo,
better than anything you've got in your 11.
Rodrygo's not on the level of Saka. Rodrygo's always been a bridesmaid. Sorry, not bridesmaid. He's always been, what do you call it?
He's on the right wing.
He's always
better than
been,
anything you've got on the left.
Rodrygo for me is a left winger.
Yeah, and he's better than anything you've got.
Yeah, 100%. He's better than everything we got on the left wing. But I'm saying he doesn't come in. Any team he goes into, immediately you're paying for him to be one of the star key men. And I don't think Man City need him to come in and be a star man. I don't think Liverpool necessarily need him to be a star man. The only team I think that would come in for him and necessarily need him like that is Arsenal. And even then, I don't think we're willing to pay that kind of money when we still have Jesus and Trossard and Martinelli on the books. We need to get rid of one of them at least, similar to how you need to get rid of Savio. The only team right here out of our 3 teams that would actually go and bring him in right now tomorrow is probably Liverpool. And the only way that would happen is if he lowers his wages. So out of all of us, I think the most likely destination for him right now is for him to just either go to Liverpool or stay for another season, because I don't think he's gonna get the move that he wants, because nobody's gonna put the money out there that was necessary to get him done.
You don't think City's the move that he wants? Like, you don't think he wants to go there?
Manchester City wants him. Manchester City wants him, but there's so many players in there.
Savinho has to go. Savinho goes, he'll rock up at
But you know something? It doesn't even make sense for me, because he's gonna come to your team and he's gonna then end up playing right wing again.
Well, he would probably play left wing, because who's your left winger right now? Doku. Like, he gets in over Doku easily.
Marmoush also plays left wing sometimes, no?
I thought he was more of a 10.
I would agree. He's going to rotate less. I would agree with that. But you can play Marmoush. Marmoush is not necessarily just a left winger. He's basically what I like to call a guy just behind the number 9, can play on the right-hand side, can play on the left-hand side. You watch him the way he played in Germany, that's what he did. He wasn't a main number 9. I don't know where this Marmoush was a number 9's come from. He was never a 9-9.
Yeah, he
like
played
He
played everywhere.
Yeah, and that's what he can do. Foden can play everywhere. Cherki can play everywhere. It's about having a squad.
I'm just going to say this. Does it make sense? You already have Marmoush, who can play on the left, predominantly right-footed. You have Doku, plays on the left, right-footed. You bring in now another guy who plays on the left, right-footed. I'm like, your squad construction doesn't make sense, especially if you're going to get rid of Savio, who's also somebody who likes to play on the left. So I'm just thinking, in the case that you did get rid of Savio, would you have been better off to actually get a right winger?
Yeah.
No.
Ooh, the problem is Foden and Sharky.
You
That's
got
the thing.
Foden, Cherky, Oscar Bob.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
don't need
thing.
no
So,
right wing.
Do you even have room for him?
I'll be
in your
honest.
squad?
I actually understand what Egal is saying in terms of numbers, but in terms of quality, Doku and these guys are like 15 levels below Rodrygo. Never mind one level. Like
Yeah.
the Saint. Like watch Martin lagging. Watch this now. No longer lagging. So yeah, like I really thought I was thinking when Egal was talking, and he makes sense in terms of quantity, but quality wise, it's just night and day compared to Rodrygo.
But
Go on.
even the other thing that doesn't make sense to me is that, like, does Pep actually want Rodrygo? Like, is he the type of player that would suit Pep's system? Because Rodrygo doesn't strike me as a player that, you know, will follow a system, will stick to the wing. Like, he strikes me as more of a Shirky type, like a Maverick, which even that, like, if you saw the last game, apparently Shirky was doing his own thing and Pep was losing his head, but that's the player you got. You got a Maverick. I don't know. Listen, I don't watch Real Madrid day to day, but as far as from my observations, Rodrygo seems like another Maverick player that I don't know if that actually suits what Pep is trying to do. Martin, you can tell me more.
Rodrygo's very much
Yeah, it does. It does. I think trouble is people look at wingers like old school byline wingers. We've come so far away from byline wingers, it's unreal. That's why Doku and Savio doesn't work all the time. Because what our wingers are going to be is basically, it's why you bring in Aït-Nouri. Aït-Nouri played everywhere but left back again on Saturday. Watch, he was never left back. He was coming into the channels and coming into the middle. That's what Pep's wingers do. We're not wingers that hit the byline, run down, put crosses in. Even Oscar Bob, if you look at the crosses he was putting in, they were inside the box, like 10 yards off the byline. You got Rico Lewis putting crosses in. People are looking at wingers at Manchester City like wingers, like a Saka, for example. Saka wouldn't work under Pep Guardiola. Great player, but wouldn't work under Pep Guardiola.
Sorry?
Saka would not work under Pep Guardiola.
Why?
Based on what?
Based on the way Pep uses wide men.
What do you mean? Saka's one of the best defensive wide men in the world.
Right, let's what I just said. What is Saka's main attribute? What's the best attribute he's got?
Saka's best attribute, his creativity, and that's his main attribute.
And running down the wing, putting crosses in. Can you tell me who runs down the wing, puts crosses in at Manchester City?
He doesn't only run down the wing and put crosses in.
Right, let's sort of just said again. Who runs down the wing at Manchester City and puts crosses in?
But you're acting like Saka, that's all he does. He doesn't do that.
No,
he also cuts inside.
I don't think you would take some away.
I can't lie to you, Martin. I disagree with you. I think Saka would bang it.
I think Saka's more suited to what your wingers.
Yeah, I think Saka would actually bang it. City. Yeah, I think Saka would.
He was asking Jack Grealish to track back defensively in the treble season. He was asking for more.
Because Saka does track back. So
he was asking more from guys like Leroy Sané. That's why he shipped him out.
Egal, to take the little bit away.
No. I really do feel like you're not disrespecting my player. You're no longer thinking logically. You're just thinking.
No, I am. I'm just not. I'm not Saka kiss when they run.
What are we doing here?
I've just said Saka's a great player.
No. But to say Saka doesn't fit Pep's system when he is. No. It's not even Arsenal. It just doesn't make sense.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
It's not even Arsenal. It doesn't make sense.
I don't think Saka will provide.
You don't watch City week in, week out.
Bro, I watch City. Maybe not as much as you, but I swear to you, every single Premier League game, every Champions League game, I watch City. And when I watch City, you guys ask your wingers to do similar things to what Saka is.
Mamouche comes inside. Mamouche is generally in the 8. Egal, let me speak. Egal's in the 8 or the 10. Mamouche at the time. Mamouche doesn't just hang about on the left-hand side and wait. That's Doku's problem. Doku at Manchester City doesn't work because the guy doesn't know what to do about becoming inside. He doesn't want a winger on the touchline just standing there. Doesn't want that to beat the man. Wants you to come inside and be creative. Yes, Saka does trap back. I will give you that. I'm saying Saka would lose some of his, like Jack Grealish did. Jack Grealish had freedom at Villa. At Manchester City, no more. He was told, you do not run. We had Cancelo putting in more crosses than Jack Grealish. That's the
So
we don't
who's the
use our
wingers that
wingers
would-
in the
Alright,
way
alright.
that
I feel like
people do.
Saka doesn't have.
Are you,
Saka's
Martin? Where I am confused is Saka does not only play out wide.
Like
He
someone
does
just
come.
put one-on-one wingers. We don't play one-on-one
No,
wingers.
but he is not a one-on-one winger. He's
We don't play
he-
that.
He isn't. He isn't.
He's
Saka
not a
isn't.
one-on-one winger.
Saka's
He-
not like this one-on-one
Saka-
guy. He isn't.
Saka versus Real Madrid. Where did he score? Centrally. Versus you guys. When we scored.
I mean, in England.
When he
Look
when
at
he scored in
England, how he
Emirates,
scored.
he won the ball high up the pitch. He scored centrally.
Egal. Maybe I'm
I
not.
can't lie to you, Martin. I love you, but
I
that's a
don't think
bad
you
take
watch
for you.
Arsenal enough.
And I just said that Egal maybe. But what people don't understand is the Manchester City wingers, not the way we play our wingers. Sane, Sterling. How long did they last at Manchester City?
Saka is the opposite of them.
Yeah, he's the
Egal,
opposite.
Stop taking it all personal.
No,
Jesus.
I'm not. I'm challenging
getting
your
all
He's
opinion.
personal.
not. He's not,
I'm not
Martin.
taking
He's
it
not.
personal.
Have you
I'm
seen him?
challenging
His
your
heart's
opinion,
beating out the
Martin.
poor chest.
Your
poor
opinion
man.
is wrong. You have
How can
Saka.
opinion be wrong?
You have
How
Saka
can
in a
opinion be
box.
wrong?
You have
How
Saka
can
in a box.
Right, Egal, learn
Right,
English.
you're trying
How
to
is an
circle.
opinion wrong?
No, because
opinion.
I'm challenging your opinion. I'm not saying your opinion's wrong.
Right, well, it can agree to
Because
disagree.
I think your
don't think he
opinion's
would suit
incorrect.
Manchester
Because
City. fully.
this is
No,
where
I
I'm
don't.
coming from. This is where I'm coming
I
from.
don't think it suited. That's my opinion.
You put Saka in a box similar to Sterling and Sane,
Jesus.
which is wrong. You put him as a one-on-one winger, which is wrong. The man can go outside, the man can go inside. He can play on both wings. He's shown he can do a job
Yeah, Saka's really
defensively as a
versatile.
wing back, and he's shown that he can play as an inside forward, tucking from and also playing as a touchline winger. He's done everything you can ask
That's
from
fine,
a
then.
winger.
Well, maybe
So
it's
if
the
for
games
you
I've
to
seen
sit
him
here and
being
say
more
he's
winger
not
then.
Pep's, for you to sit here and say he's not Pep's type of winger, then Pep doesn't know what the hell he wants because Saka does everything.
I think the one that's not a Pep winger is like Martinelli is not a Pep winger.
Exactly.
Right.
I
Yeah,
agree.
Trossard is not a Pep winger. I think I'll be honest with you, Martin. I love you, bro, but this is a bad take. Like this
No,
is
it's not, it's not a take. I'm
this
just
is
saying
bad
what
take
I-
of the week.
Sam,
Everything
what
that
I've
you
seen-
described, hear me out. Everything that you described from a City winger, because you're saying Egal is just taking it like personally. He isn't. I agree with Egal as well, because everything that you described
It's
from
fine.
a hold
not
on, everything that
prejudiced
you
on
described
opinions.
from everything that you described from a City winger, I actually think Saka can do. Like what everything you just explained, which is the defensive work of tracking back, and he can cut in and create. That's actually the
He
way
does it
that
a lot,
Saka
though.
creates.
Is that his main game?
He does, but he plays with Havertz, to be fair. So there's only so much he could do. I mean, I don't know if you watched the Man United game they had against Man United in the FA Cup. He was the one that cut in and crossed it for Havertz when he missed from 2 yards out. So, let's just agree to disagree on this one.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just saying, yes, he can do what you're probably saying. Does he do it a lot? Not for me. It wouldn't do,
Okay,
doesn't do
fair
it
enough.
enough to Pep.
Fair enough. Big up to all of you guys locked in. We have 900 people here. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are
One second,
subscribing. I do want
can I
to
acknowledge
talk
one
Arsenal.
thing? He's a better
Yes.
fit for Man City than Foden is. That's the actual reality. For what Foden is being asked to do,
Foden's a number 10. in
Mark,
Egal,
Saka
don't
is a better fit for Manchester City than what Foden is being asked to do. Because Foden is not necessarily the 10 that you guys are always playing with. Sometimes he's playing out wide. And Saka's a better Saka would fit Manchester City's team better than that. And I think Foden would actually fit like a Chelsea better than what
You told me you didn't take it personally. Have you seen this?
No, I'm not taking it personal.
Really going in.
I'm not taking it
we don't
personal.
need-
I'm
we don't need
actually
Foden.
just annoyed. I'm just annoyed that you've come up with this
Annoyed at what?
this
Foden.
player
Annoyed
that
at what?
doesn't exist.
Because my opinion is different to yours. This is not the Egal
No,
show.
but
Stop
your
taking
opinion
it
can be
personally.
different. But the
Jesus.
thing is, your opinion annoyed me because I don't think
care what your
you
opinion
view
annoys me.
Saka. I think you view Saka.
When you talk
as a-
about Arsenal
I
annoys
think you
me.
view Saka inside a box, a player who only does a certain thing, which is incorrect. It's almost like me saying Salah's just a goal scorer. Might as well play him at
Well,
striker.
what are you bringing
not
up
a winger.
Foden for? They're not even in the same position.
Guess what? For Pep, does he not play Foden out wide sometimes? And what? And
He does.
He's
he
wasted
not?
that way.
Sometimes.
And why
And guess
does
what?
Why does he, Egal?
Why?
Why does he play midfielders out wide? Why is Bernardo Silva on the right wing, Egal?
Because he wants them more central. I get that.
Like
And guess what? Saka would be a better
every
suited
single
player
guy
in that
winger
position.
we have sold within 18 months because he don't want him.
And you want to know something? His dream mold of a winger is actually Bukayo Saka. So we've come full circle.
Oh my
That's my
god.
point.
Okay, listen. Let's just agree to disagree. Let me just
your wingers having medals.
let me listen. Let me just grab these
Hey,
supers and we'll move
whenever
on.
the
Swap
bridesmaid.
for City, he'll probably be one of your best players. But
We're
I don't
gonna
want
talk
that.
about we're gonna
And
talk
we
about
want to sack
Arsenal
Arsenal,
next
you know.
anyway. We're gonna talk about Arsenal next anyway. Alonso subs Mastuanto on left wing instead of Rodrygo, who didn't start. Last week's Ozil style Arsenal move for Rodrygo is looking more and more likely. You could sign Rodrygo; it's not impossible. Because
that guy
you know
don't want to leave, man. He doesn't
Yeah,
care.
he doesn't want to
about
leave.
he doesn't care about
That's
leaving.
weird.
He cares more about being a Real Madrid player than leaving and playing football.
He's like
football.
Arsenal fans. They just hope and then just never get their place in.
to
Real
be
Madrid.
fair, I
that was
actually. I actually agree with Egal on this one, bro. Like I said this from 2 weeks ago. I just think Rodrygo just wants to stay at Madrid. Like I just.
By the way, Sam, Vater's in the chat. Vater watches City, and he said the same thing. It's weird how all the City fans say it, but doesn't mean we're slagging Saka off.
But here's the thing. I'll tell you something. Every time I agree with Vater, I feel like I said something wrong.
No, because of last night. Don't do that because of your last night show.
Big up to Offerspin says clarification. Nobody inside the club from Newcastle have ever claimed anything about £150 million price tag for Isak. This is just media-driven speculation. Yeah, I think this. Listen, bro. Liverpool wouldn't have called Newcastle. They asked 150 and then we bid 110. Like I wouldn't go that far. Like we probably would have bid maybe 10-15 million less, but not that much. You get me? So that's what I'll say. So I agree with you, Offerspin, and thank you so much for the super chat. And I apologize, guys, for the colors of the super chat and stuff not showing on the screen. It's just this YouTube StreamYard bullshit. It was first showing the ats a week ago, and it's not showing the colors this week. I don't know what's not gonna show next week. Big up to Hearty Momo, who says Rodrygo no game time today. Savinho staying. Arsenal is what Hearty Momo is saying. We'll see. I want to ask Egal about this in a second because Egal doesn't think that. Told me what he thinks before we started. Big up to Tom, who says Saka's avoided Mahrez. City fan talking shit. No, you're talking shit because Saka and Mahrez are not even similar. And also, even if you are saying the truth,
What I mean,
Mahrez was benched a lot at City. So you have indirectly
wouldn't track back he well, so then
indirectly proved his point.
Yeah.
The reason why I disagree with Martin is a completely
because
different
Mahrez
reason.
wouldn't track back. Interesting.
Yeah, Martin doesn't. Mahrez doesn't track back.
But Egal, I'm not going to go into.
Mahrez doesn't track back.
I didn't slag off Saka. I just said I don't think it suits her. No point.
We're never going to agree on this. We're never going to agree on this. I think personally, I
see the rage coming out of his face.
I'm not mad.
That's star boy, Martin. Of course they're gonna rage, just like when you raged when you mentioned Foden. Anyway, listen, 1,000 people in here. Like, chat, subscribe. Let's speak about Arsenal. Let's talk about Arsenal.
He didn't exist last year.
Egal, Trossard.
That season.
Trossard.
Foden's medals against Saka's. Game over then, isn't it?
Guys, can we move the topic on? We get it, guys. So Egal thinks fucking Foden is shit,
too, right?
and Martin thinks Saka's shit. Great. Let's move on.
I never said Saka was shit.
Hold that. Let's move on. So this Arsenal thing is Egal. The whole Trossard situation. You told me you're a little bit disappointed. Elaborate.
It doesn't look like Arsenal is going to sign a left winger. If Trossard signed a new deal and he's staying, our left wing options next season are going to be Trossard, it's going to be Madueke, it's going to be Martinelli, and it's going to be Gabriel Jesus.
Those are the first I'm hearing of this. That's yeah.
So if it's true that he signed a new deal, that's the situation. It doesn't look good. It's not what you want to hear, but I guess somebody ripped the bandage and told us the bad news that everyone was worried about. Leandro Trossard has agreed a new contract at Arsenal. The contract increases his salary, but not extending his years beyond 2027. So that may mean he's just staying for another year, and we're going to move him on next summer. But hey, at this moment in time, it's just like we had Brentford. We had a couple clubs interested in him, and it just seems like Arsenal can't generate any sales. And unless we generate some sales in Fabio Vieira, Trossard, Martinelli, one of these guys, it just doesn't mean we're going to bring anybody in. And Eze was waiting, and just got to a point where he can no longer wait. And let's be honest, the club had a choice. They could have gone and signed somebody else instead of Madueke. I don't know why they did that one first, but hey, at this moment in time,
is it fair to say that now the Madueke conspiracy is true, as in like he's looked at as a starter more than anything?
I always thought we were going to sell one of Trossard or Martinelli. I'm disappointed that we couldn't move either of them at this point. Just yesterday, we were even hearing reports that Trossard was gonna leave. So I don't know what to believe anymore, because yesterday we were told he was going to leave. Today we're being told he signed a new deal, and it looks like we're not going to sign a left winger. So I'm just frustrated. I don't know if they're going to go now and do something else, but it just looks like our window might be over. We went from saying we want 3 or 4 level raisers to now getting 2 players who I feel like are level raisers, and the rest are squad players. And it's just a little bit, it makes you feel underwhelmed. How is it that a window where you sign 6 players, you still feel underwhelmed? Well, Arsenal somehow find a way to do that.
I'm not laughing at you again. I'm laughing at Hassan nipping in Sam's space.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
All I
It's
heard
fine.
was
No, because they sent me, bro. Someone just sent me the Hamza space and he's crying, bro.
What's
Bro,
he
I can't lie
crying
to you.
about now?
Martin wasn't
Yeah,
lying
but
when
you
he
know what
first
it is? This
came
is
in.
the window's not over. We never know, but right now it does look like it's going to be a poor end to the window for us.
What's he
I don't
crying
blame
about?
you. I don't
What's
blame
he
you.
on the
Egal.
edge
I
about
mean,
now?
if I were at your end and you need an improvement on Martinelli and Trossard, and you hear that, oh, we're just gonna increase Trossard's salary, we're not gonna increase the amount of years, and then like you want to sell him next year, but you just made it harder on yourself by increasing his salary.
What if you
Like-
increased his salary to?
He was on 90K. I think he's probably getting 100 now.
So you just
Yeah, that's
like,
not bad.
like
Deal.
you're
It's
gonna
not
make
that
it
bad.
harder for yourself to sell him now.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
know.
it's just a weird move, because increasing his salary tells me you want him to potentially stay longer. Like, it doesn't
Bro,
show.
it's a ridiculous decision.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, and I'm glad you see it that way too. Because if one thing Arsenal definitely, besides the striker situation, which time will tell with Gyokeres, one thing Arsenal definitely needed this window was another left winger, because Martinelli we've seen. I don't think Martinelli's a bad winger. I just don't think he suits what Arteta wants. Trossard seems much more of a better impact sub than he is a starter, and multiple Arsenal fans have said that. You need another left winger. And listen, Nani Madueke as a left winger, take it from me, he will have some brilliant games, but he's consistently better on the right.
Let me break something down to you.
Sure.
We went from Garcia that we wanted to sign, ended up with Kepa. We wanted Huijsen, who went to Real Madrid for 50 million. We got Marquinhos. Mosquera. We wanted Isak going into the summer, and Sesko. We got Gyokeres. I'm actually happy with Gyokeres. We were looking at Nico Williams, Rodrygo, Eze, and we ended up giving Trossard a new deal. It's like, what the hell?
Is this like a clash of
Egal
ideas
is
between
basically saying they
Arteta
blue
and...
balls.
Bro, I just feel like Arsenal, every single window, we get some things that make us excited, but then I feel like they just slightly keep us a little short, just a little bit. And it's like you can maybe still go on to win the league with what we have. Don't get me wrong, but it would just be so much easier if we just went and got Eze. Eze was available. Everybody knew he was available. He wanted to join Arsenal. It wouldn't have been an issue. 35 million up front. You pay the rest whenever you want to pay the rest. But they said, oh, Eze was just a backup plan in the case that we got rid of Ethan. Excuse me, Ethan is 18. Eze is 27. By the time Eze is 30, Ethan will be like 24 or something like that. It's not a big deal. We can still have him. We can still have these guys around each other in the team. It just makes the team better, and he can play in multiple positions. They did not want to sell Martinelli on the cheap because he had a bad season. They want to give him one more season to try to raise his value. And Trossard, I don't understand the logic of keeping Trossard when you can ship him off for like 18, 15 million. And
I disagree with you on one thing, Egal. I don't think you can win the league without a new left winger. I think that was a very important position for you.
No, I'm saying you can always win without it. Come on, you didn't sign nobody last year and won the league. The point is you can improve what you have inside. But my main aspect of improving throughout the window, I wanted to improve on 3 areas: the midfield, the attack, and the striker position and the left wing. And I just feel like we left ourselves short in the left wing position.
Yeah, but that's a big deal for me, because I think you needed someone to create chances for Gyokeres, because Martinelli, as we saw even away at Old Trafford, like he didn't really create anything for Gyokeres. That's the problem. Like the difference is with Haaland. Haaland had 12 touches, scored twice, because Pep is not asking him to drop deep and link up play or any of this. Like he just has creators around him. And the problem is whoever has a space, switch it on, please switch it off, because I can hear it. I can hear someone has something switched on in the background. Please switch it off, whatever it is. YouTube, video, space, anything. Yeah, please. I don't.
I mean,
So where is this sound coming from then?
I'm on mute.
It could be echo from my
Now it's
headset.
you want me
on.
to mute myself? You might be tripping, Hussam.
Where the fuck is this audio coming
He's got
from?
Hamza's voice in his head.
Okay, maybe it is. Maybe it is
Maybe
my
you didn't turn off the
okay,
space.
fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, it's gone now. Well done. So anyway, as I was saying, so I just don't think that Arsenal can win the league without a new left winger. I really believe that's a priority position for Arsenal, and I stick by that. And I think Eze was exactly what the doctor ordered. Because Haaland, like, okay, Gyokeres, if he was amazing, will be like Haaland, if he's amazing.
Mhm.
So that's the prime example. Not necessarily the best technical footballer out there, not necessarily the best on the ball out there, but no one cares because he scores goals. Now, the problem is, from an Arsenal perspective, is Eze is a creator. So had you signed Eze, you got Eze with his creativity down the left-hand side, you got Saka with his creativity on the right, and you got Odegaard to create him behind him. The problem is there is a lack of creativity. That's the issue for me. And I genuinely don't believe that you can win the league without signing a new left winger. I think if you're going to rely on Martinelli and Trossard for another season, bro, I'll be honest with you, Egal, I think that's a recipe for disaster right there.
Can I ask
Also,
you a nice
Egal.
question, Egal? This isn't, I'm being deadly serious now. Maybe it was Madueke that I wanted. And I'm not
Yeah.
even trolling there. I'm not. I know a lot of you Arsenal fans thought Madueke was just a squad player. Maybe Arteta doesn't see him as a squad player.
Does he see Madueke as a starting left winger? Honestly, no.
Because every time he's come on
It'd be
Madueke, he's gone
weird
to the
if
left
he did.
wing.
No, you know, the honest answer is we have looked at every year. We've looked at getting a replacement or a backup for Saka. We've gotten Marquinhos. Obviously, didn't work out. We tried Fabio Vieira there. We tried multiple players to get a backup for Saka. I really do believe he is viewed as somebody who can come in and play as a backup right winger. But in the case that we do need a starting left winger, if he brings something better than what we currently have, then maybe he can take that position too. But at this moment in time, it's basically 4 players fighting it out for one position. And Jesus might actually be our best left winger.
Wow.
Jesus might be our best left winger. And I don't think that's an insult to Jesus, because we know how good Jesus can
He's
be.
a better winger than he is striker.
Yeah, so Jesus might be our best left winger going into next season.
But didn't
And I
Jesus
don't
say,
think-
Egal, I have a
He's not
feeling
in the
that
league
you're really
now.
upset, but you're not telling us your real, like, I feel like
Bro, my
but you're not showing it.
my thing is, what's the point of me sitting here yelling and screaming about something that is, at the end of the day, is not done and dusted? The window's not done. I'm not gonna freak out because I'm relatively okay with the window. I think it's been 6 or 7 out of 10. We signed 6 players and we got majority of the business that we need to get done. I just feel like that icing on the cake would have been going and getting an Eze, or going and getting a Rodrygo, or going and getting somebody who can add something to that left wing. Now, if we sell Kivior and we sell some of these guys, maybe we can go and do that, but it might not be the starting dynamic left winger that we need. I just don't think.
No, but I
You're gonna
agree
get-
what you said. There is.
I
still
just don't
tomorrow.
think we're gonna get done what we need to get done. And I'm of the mind of support the goddamn team. There's no need for me to just sit here and be critical about everything. I can be mad and upset about that, but I'm not gonna be losing my mind. It's just more disappointed than angry. Like, I was angry about Madueke, but at this point, bro, just understand the club don't care what you think about Madueke signing for Arsenal. They don't care about the fact that we missed out on Eze. They don't care that Tottenham are signing these players, Chelsea signing these players. The reality situation is they care about having a massive squad and needing to shift out some of those guys before they start bringing in more. And it just doesn't logically make sense for them to have all these guys sitting at home earning a wage on match day when you're bringing in more players. And I think that's the main reason why we haven't made any more moves and the window's kind of gone stale.
I think Madueke is going to be a starter. It just looks like it's blatantly
It
clear
looks
now.
like-
And even though I'm not the biggest fan of him on the left wing, I people who've watched my content, people who are on my channel who've seen me defend Madueke so many times know that I think he wasn't Chelsea level, but I still think he's a good player. I don't think he's as good as Saka, but I think he's better than Martinelli and Trossard. Like that's like where I stand with him. And I think on that left side, he can create chances, but that's not his best side. And if you want to get the goal scoring aspect of him out of him, you're going to have to play him on that right side. But maybe, not that it's always worked out, not trying to bash Arsenal here, but like maybe Arteta has a plan for him. I don't know. Maybe it works out in the left wing for him. He's not bad, but he's also probably not the level that you are probably looking for in maybe a Rodrygo or an Eze or, you know, what I wanted to ask Egal is Eze a Arteta target, or is he who's your director? I forget his name.
Arteta's in love with him.
Okay,
We couldn't get it done.
because I was kind of wondering if maybe there's been like a clash
Why are you letting him
of
go to Spurs?
ideas between
Arteta
the
wanted to
director
sign
and
him.
Arteta.
Arteta wants to sign him, but I think the main thing is that he was more there. What we're hearing now is that he was viewed as a backup plan to play in the 8 and the 10 in the case that Ethan left. That's basically what they're saying. They're saying in the case that Ethan was to leave Arsenal this window, we would have gone all out for Eze. That's what they're saying. Now, Eze
The thing that's so weird is Eze essentially spent the whole summer twerking for Arsenal. Like, I'm an
Well, he
Arsenal
did.
Academy graduate. I want to
He
He
join.
did. That's the weird
I
part.
thought he
And
was
it
an
just
Arsenal-
adds
it was an open goal.
it adds like salt to the wound. The fact that he's going Spurs.
it was an open goal. We've messed it up,
How
He
is the
actually
Arsenal
had-
That's
football?
crazy.
bro. It's an
Imagine
open
we
goal. We
wanted
messed it
Isak
up.
all summer and then he goes to Man United.
What the hell is Spurs? What are Spurs saying to these players? Because we lost Kudus to Spurs, and now Eze is looking at what the hell, man. Like, I
No,
don't
but
get
Kudus
it.
going
Thomas
to Spurs
Frank,
makes
maybe?
sense. These guys both walk into Spurs as one of the best players.
Yeah, but it's Spurs.
Eze would be one of your
You're
best players.
talking about Eze
No,
like
he
he
goes
was
into
one of
their team as
yours.
one of their best players.
Eze is not a bum, bro. I take Eze
What are
at
you
Liverpool.
doing?
No, I'm saying Kudus and Thing go straight into the team as one of their most important best players.
Right.
Where
Eze
they go
goes
into
straight into your
Chelsea,
team.
they go into Arsenal, they're going to be part of the squad. They're not going to be the best player.
Oh yeah,
You
okay,
don't
I get
think-
what you mean. As in, like
I feel like
Like,
Eze
Cole
they're
looks
Palmer's
easier
still
to-
there,
a level
Caicedo's
above
still
Spurs
there,
players.
Arsenal Saka's still there, Rice is still there. There's better players around.
I
When they go
guess.
to Spurs, they're
Yeah, yeah.
they're the franchise.
But if Eze goes to Arsenal, I'm sure he knows that left wing spot is his.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what
if
I'm
Eze
saying.
comes to Arsenal, he's part of the team. Where Eze goes to Spurs, he's the team. Him and Cunha, him
I
and
guess.
Kudus. Same with Cunha
guess.
with Manchester United and Mbuemo. Like they're the
Still
attack.
Spurs
now.
though. It's still Spurs though. They finished 17th last season. Like I don't know.
Hey,
I don't
you
know.
got to give it up to them. Spurs, they've
Yeah.
been able to make a good end to their window with if they get Eze on top of what do you call it, Paulinho and Cunha. I mean not Cunha, Kudus. But yeah,
Am I crazy in saying this? Like, if I was Eze and Arsenal was off the table, I almost rather stay at Palace. I feel like Palace is a better built team than.
he's
than
27. He
Tottenham.
needs to make a move eventually, man.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Final move of the career.
Eze is
Okay, yeah.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting up
That
there.
cannot be true.
Yeah,
It's
no,
true.
he's been around, dude.
That's
No,
his
he
27.
ain't
He just
27.
got married. He wants to get settled down.
Yeah, he's
He's
27. I
27.
just looked it up. Yeah.
Oh my God, Eze is
I appreciate
27.
Eze is 27. He just got married in the summer. He wants to get settled down. He wants to get a move to a club where he can play
Yeah,
Champions
a
League football.
final big
You
move.
never guessed that. I thought
Big
he's like
wages.
23, 24.
He's been at Palace for his whole time since in the Premier League. So fair play to him.
Yo, fairs. He's been there that long. I never guessed that. Big up to Caster. We got told Berta masterclass. Watch them
But
blame
it did look like it.
Berta came to sell players. What a masterclass. Egal, there's a question asked earlier on, just like on this quickly. Is it do the fingers now need to be pointed at Mikel then?
Why is Arteta
must.
always the person pointing? The fingers at?
Because the fingers were pointed at Edu. Edu is no longer there. It's Berta now.
Yeah, Arteta's always going to be the one who, at the end of the day, decides the lineups and plays the teams. But the transfer window, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The transfer window is not done. Number two, I'm not pointing the finger at Arteta. I'm looking at the people running the club. They told us in January, we're not going to sign a striker. We're going to wait. We got Gyokeres. Good job. But now, where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of the business?
So, sorry, Egal, can I just go? I've got to jump in a minute. You keep coming back to that. Your window's not done. So it ain't Eze, and we know it isn't really going to be Rodrygo. Where else are you going?
I need to see sales leave before I can say what we're going to actually bring in.
Wait, who has to go?
Fabio Vieira. Maybe Kivior could potentially be sold. I don't think Trossard's going to leave. Reece Nelson's going to go. At least 3 to 4,
Wait,
maybe.
Reece Nelson is still at your club?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. I thought you
making 100K. Making 100K a week. He wants to go to Fulham.
Oh, okay. Wow. I thought he left already.
So hopefully we can get rid of some of these guys. And if we can get rid of some of these guys, then we'll see. But yeah.
Is Tomiyasu still at your club, or did you sell him?
Bro, the main reason why we got Madueke is because that agent, the super agent, his agent basically got Chelsea to forego 42 million of the 52 million over the deal to the back end of the contract. So we don't have to pay majority of that deal till the end. And it's like, they're like, financially it makes the most sense. So they got that deal done quick because it barely cost Arsenal much money this window.
Okay, fair enough. Big up to I know Egal and Martin have to go now, so I appreciate both of you.
Well, by the way, just before you go, watching about Pep Guardiola potentially staying long.
Hey, I don't care now that we're spending money.
Oh, look at him now. Oh, he's
I'm spending money now, brother. I'm spending money now. Hey, I spend money, brother. I spent money. I'm okay.
Now.
I just want my title.
You want you what back?
What?
You want you what back?
I just want my league title. That's all I care about. I don't care if Pepsi.
Have you ever seen a league title?
Yeah, I've seen a couple back in 2000s.
What do you mean you want it back?
No, Murray, you're funny.
My daughter's been married, and I'm a granddad by the time you've last won a title. Get back in your box.
I can't believe I was part of these jokes for my whole life, and now I'm not even part of these jokes anymore. You know, I don't know how many times people told
I
me.
was never even part of the jokes. I wasn't even in the conversation 20 years ago.
I'm gonna have to jump off, eh?
Yeah, I know. Big up to you both. Appreciate you guys. Big up to you both. We have to stay with the American.
And don't forget, Tuesdays are gonna be balling out if there anything like that.
Yes, sir.
Big
We're
up,
gonna be cooking. Big up. Marshall.
And then
there
number
were only two, my brother. Yes. Let me just read this from Caster. He said, we sold Doak for 25 million. They can't even sell for 10 million, but a masterclass, hashtag free Palestine. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. The fact that one of their highest sales is Nicholas and Elka from like 55 years ago, bro. It's
I didn't realize, Hassan, it wasn't until this window, I didn't realize that me and you are like the only good selling clubs. Everyone else struggles to sell.
City, to be fair, sell well.
Yeah. But they sell their academy mostly. They never do like these big sales, like 50, whatever. It seems so normal to me. And then when that stat came out, I was like, wait. And I started to pay attention. I was like, oh my days. Clubs don't sell like this. Everyone sells for pennies. Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you there. Anyway, big up to all of you guys locked in. Let's get the likes up. Let's just talk to Marshall about Chelsea a little bit.
Oh boy.
So since I last spoke to you, you were in denial about the whole Garnacho thing. Now it's becoming a reality. And Xavi Simons, to be fair, good news also, is looking like a little bit of a reality. What do you think of the Chelsea transfer window so far? What has disappointed you? What's made you happy? Are you excited about it? Like, tell me your thoughts.
I'm pretty content with the window. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, the verdict right now, and fans aren't gonna like this is my hot take. The verdict on Rob Sanchez for me is back out there. Like early last season, I was ready to get rid of him. He fixed up towards the end, the second half of the season, where he stopped making as many errors, and I think that's large part in due to our defense shaping up and our defense being our midfield being a little bit more solid and compact to help the defense as well. So when you don't, and you have your fair share of bad keepers, when you don't put your keeper in a situation to have multiple errors in their game and you shore up the defense, that means less errors from the keeper. So we've been okay on that department. I still would have liked to have gone in for Maignan. I feel like for the price that Milan were asking for, it wasn't a bad deal. You probably get equal shot stopping, but you get better ball distribution out the back, which is something Maresca really wants. But outside of that, like, I know everyone's saying,
fans keep talking about centre back? You kept a clean sheet, and you had the third strongest defense in the league.
It's so. Part of it's because Maresca came out in press conference saying the center back position is very crucial. He even name dropped Badiashile and Fofana, saying, well, one of our worst games last season, we had Fofana playing as a center back. And he also said Badiashile in the final of the Conference League was playing there. We took him off. We put on Levi Colwill, and it fixed up completely. And now apparently Levi Colwill might be out for the majority of the season, not the whole season. And Enzo Maresca came out in the press conference saying that essentially, without saying it, I want a center back. And listen, the way I see it, I think, especially considering how people highly rate Acheampong a lot, he had a decent performance. I'll even say a good performance against Crystal Palace. Mateta gave him a hard time, but he still, came out on top. And we kept a clean sheet, like you said. I don't even think we conceded too many chances to Crystal Palace. Like, defensively, we were okay. But one, it's my fan base. They're just addicted to transfer dopamine. So they always want the next transfer, the next transfer, the next transfer. And two, we have a lot of center backs. Tosin, Chalobah, whether you rate him or not, Anselmino is a center back that hasn't gone anywhere that Chelsea bought, maybe to flip, maybe to use in the future. I don't know. I'm not a director. Acheampong. You have Reece that can play a center back position, the right center back. You have Badiashile coming back. You have Fofana coming back. Did I say Tosin? I don't even remember if I even said Tosin. There's 7 center backs right there, and we only use 3. Like, to an extent, I understand why the directors don't want to go out and just buy another center back. One, because you don't want to buy it from a position of, being desperate. And two, you don't know what might happen. You go into January, you recall Mamadou Sarr, who is at Strasbourg, who is a center back, and you could potentially, fill that gap. I know it's a risk you're taking. I know fans don't want to hear it. Like, the directors said they're happy with top 4 and a deep run in Champions League. The fans are saying they want a challenge for the league and they want to potentially win the Champions League, myself included in that. But sometimes our visions don't align. And if the directors are okay with just holding off until January to get a center back, then that's unfortunately the decision they're going to make.
Maresca isn't, though, because he called it out in the press conference.
Yeah, he basically said, like, he called it out, like, the center back position is very crucial. Levi Cole being out, we'll try to find solutions. But Hussam, he also said this about wingers and a striker last season, and he made it work. So I think we'll be all right. I'm not that worried about the center back position. I'm happy with everything else. I'm not happy with Garnacho, like you mentioned earlier. I'm not happy with the Garnacho thing, and who knows if that's going to happen, because
are you no longer like in cuckoo land, like you believe?
I'm a little bit because
shame. He's gonna be a fucking Chelsea player. Why are you?
I know he's in Fabrizio Romano's pocket.
Why are you? I can
tell you that.
He's gonna be a Chelsea player. Stop it. Can you stop doing this, please?
I think if he does become
even
a Chelsea...
Lewis accepted it. Everyone's accepted it.
I'm in denial. I'm sorry.
You have to put the fries in the bag. It's over. This.
I think, but I don't think it's over quite yet. I think what might happen alone might happen. I don't think United's going to like it, but United think they're in this position where, no, we don't need Garnacho. We can do without Garnacho. So if you want to hold off for 50 million, that's fine. My director said 30 million. And they'll either go for 30 million or you'll loan him to us. We'll just bring him right back to you, which I think is going to happen. It might be a loan with an option to buy, or whatever we did with Jadon Sancho, where it was an obligation, but there was a 5 million little clause. Might be something like that. I don't know if Garnacho is truly going to come in, because the valuation seemed pretty far off. And I I really don't think my owners want to pay more than 30 for that player. But other than that, like, I think the window's been fine. I think right now, I would say I'm going to give it like a 7.5, 8 out of 10, just because we need to still get rid of some players. And yeah, now that there's injuries to Levi Colwell, maybe a center back wouldn't be a bad shout. But yeah, I don't know. I think we'll see what happens. I like the team. Unfortunately, we didn't have the best performance against Crystal Palace, but neither did you, and neither did Man City in the FA Cup. Hussam, did you know that Crystal Palace have been undefeated for the last 10 games?
Did you know that Cole Palmer had scored an open play goal since January? Since we're doing Did You Knows, can you do that as well?
Yeah, I found that out too. Yeah.
Did you know?
Yeah,
I'm just
I
trying to
knew.
give you some trivia. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, the specific trivia, but yeah, I knew about that. I'm not worried about Cole Palmer though. I think
So you didn't do specific trivia to try to act like drawing to Palace at home is okay?
No, I was just saying. I think you need to respect Palace, man. They're a good team. They're a decent team. I think Palace can be a top 8
wasn't
team
Martial
this
on
season.
Casual FC, which I'm subscribed to,
Yes.
say that we have a really easy start to the Premier League season? I expect.
I didn't say easy start, but I did say we were going to beat Crystal
You're a
Palace 3-0.
liar. You know you're a liar.
I did say we were going to beat them 3-0, and I was totally wrong about that.
Say that
Totally
again.
wrong. I said we were going to beat them 3-0, and I was.
But
totally
why
wrong
didn't
about
you
that.
think of how tough Palace were before the game?
Because I forgot. It's that simple. I forgot. And then Adam Morton, Eze was still there. Gahey reminded me, oh yeah, I'm a good center back. I think the manager kind of made some errors in his judgment, because Crystal Palace have very, very physical center backs. You see LaCroix, Chris Richards, Gahey. And João Pedro isn't the most physical.
You're trying to convince yourself that it's okay. Like, oh, we drew to Palace.
No, it is okay. I'm not. I don't
Let me
need to
just
convince
name all
myself.
the good Palace players. Yeah, go ahead. Who else? Eze was there.
Eze was there. Wirtz
Adam
was there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
Mateta. They're good
Jefferson
players.
Lerma was there. He a great player too.
I don't even. Did he start? I don't know.
Will Hughes was there. Is he also a good player?
Hughes is an asshole. That's what he is. He's not a great player. He's just an asshole.
Oh,
That
so
guy
you
causes
want
me a headache every single time. Every time we play him, I just don't like that player.
Mhm.
He's like a Joelinton for them, like just a shithouser.
Ismail
But,
Assar was there. Is he a good player? Tariq Mitchell, a good player. Muno is a good player.
Munoz is a good player. Mitchell is mid.
Dean Henderson, good player.
Dean Henderson is a decent keeper. You see, we went through all the players. They're a pretty good team. They're
You're
solid.
a fraud. You're actually fraudulent. I'm gonna read the
not a
super chat.
fraud.
I'm gonna end the stream. You're a fraud, and you know it. Did you see Sanchez shouted at Caicedo and Enzo for letting Achimpong isolated with Mateta in a one-on-one? Maresca don't trust this kid, and we can't overload. No, you guys are right. Obviously, you do need a center back, but I'm just shocked that this whole Garnacho thing is a reality. I'm just shocked. I really am.
Apparently, the rumor is that there's one board member that is obsessed with him, and he's literally laying all his stocks on Garnacho. And if it doesn't work out, I don't think this board member is going to stay on the board anymore.
Are you saying so? There's someone's gonna hold court for this, basically.
I think Paul Winstanley's going to hold court for this decision if it goes through and fails.
Fair.
That's the director.
Anyway, make sure you guys go check out Casual FC. Pick up Marcel for joining us. You get me complete bullshitting, by the way, at the end. We're going like,
Crystal
guy's a good
Palace are a
player.
decent team.
the guy's a great player. Why do you predict 3-0 then?
Because I'm an idiot and I forget sometimes, Hussam. I'll admit.
Wow.
I'll admit when I'm dumb.
He'd rather, you want to know something, guys? This guy's Chelsea through and through, because he would rather call himself an idiot than actually say we underperformed. So
Hey, I'm just honest. I'm not the smartest. I don't claim
I
to
agree,
be the
you are an
smartest.
idiot.
But
anyway,
thanks.
guys,
I appreciate
subscribe to Casual FC, subscribe to Egal Talks Football, subscribe to this channel, and subscribe to Mancunian Way. This stream is going to take over to Footy Judge Mo, so don't go anywhere. He's live right now, talking about all the transfer news and stuff. I'm going to be dropping a pre-recorded video titled Free Isak, discussing all the drama, mate. Anyway, love you all, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Stay at Newcastle. He's